5 skills your kids need to be successful. 5 skills your kids need to be successful in life. I'm Jen Dean, a family coach, and today we're going to talk about 5 skills or 5 rules for an awesome life. That's the way I talk about it to kids. I present it to teenagers instead of these are 5 skills you need to develop in your character. I'll say, here's 5 rules for you to have an amazing, awesome life. If you can master these 5 things, you will do well. You will be successful. And then the kids are like, oh, they sit up a little taller. Like, yeah, I want to be successful. I want to be a famous YouTuber. I want to make lots of money. I want to be the boss of a lot of people. I want to be the CEO. I want to be successful. What do I need to do, Jen? So that's a way you can talk about it with your kids. If you present it like, here's 5 skills, they will not be impressed. No, 5 rules for an awesome life. This is Families Matter Most. I'm Jen Dean. I'm a family coach, and I help you take care of you and your kids. Now, this is going to be great today because if you think about it, all behavior is communication. All of it. It is. The behavior we like, the behavior we don't like, even our behavior. If you think back to a time when you were not your best self, I bet if you think back to that, when you overreacted, when you were triggered, when you said the thing that you shouldn't have said, if you think about it, it was connected to something. All behavior is communication. So what is the behavior communicating? Your poor behavior, what was it communicating? Probably, I'm hurt, I'm angry, I'm upset, I'm exhausted, I'm overwhelmed. Your behavior was communicating something. What if all behavior is connected to a feeling? When you think about it, your behavior is connected to a feeling, but it's the same for your kids. What if their behavior, all behavior is connected to a feeling, good or bad? And what if every feeling is attached to a skill? What if every negative feeling is attached to an underdeveloped skill? Think about that. Every time you were frustrated and you reacted poorly, that was attached to like that feeling of frustration, maybe even a feeling of being hurt, a feeling of being ignored, a feeling of being rejected. That was attached to an underdeveloped skill. So it's not that you're a bad person. It's not that you just failed, you're a failure. When you think about it that way, oh, what is the skill that was underdeveloped? You didn't have the patience in that moment. You didn't have the tolerance to get through. You just couldn't handle it anymore. You just couldn't take one more thing. That's an underdeveloped skill. And guess what? We can work on skills. We can grow our skills. So that's encouraging. What if we stop thinking of our kids in light of good or bad, right? Fail or succeed. What if we start thinking of every negative behavior is attached to a feeling, and every negative feeling is attached to an underdeveloped skill? So next time your kids do something that you don't enjoy, ask yourself, what is the feeling behind this behavior? What is the behavior communicating? And then secondly, right, what is the underdeveloped skill we need to work on? If you can use that mindset, working with your kids, working with your partner, even on how you think about yourself, right? We tend to overreact and overanalyze, and then we're up at 3 a.m. thinking about how we're failing and we're the worst mom and we're never going to make it okay and our kids are going to hate us and we're failing everybody. Instead, if we can turn it to, okay, what is the skill I need to work on? I need to work on keeping my mouth closed when I'm really tired. That's a skill. True story. I need to work on that. I need to work on not speaking every thought that comes into my mind. I don't need to share every opinion. I don't need to do that. I need to work on that. That's an underdeveloped skill in my life, and your kids will have them too. So I'm going to share 5 skills. These are skills that likely your kids are underdeveloped in some of them. 5 skills. Number 1, Receive wise counsel. If your kid is the kid that knows everything, I don't need help. I don't need your advice. I got it. I know best. I can do it myself. I don't want your counsel. Take a deep breath. We've been there. If that is your kid, instead of feeling like, man, they're just so prideful, they're selfish, they're going to have a horrible life because they won't accept advice and they're going to fail. Mom, Dad, this is an underdeveloped skill. The skill they need to work on is to receive wise counsel. Now, this is a proverb across lots of religions, and it's so wise, it's so true. We should be able to gain wisdom from wherever it presents itself. Truly, books, other people, elders. How about coworkers, bosses, peers? What about our kids? Should I be able to receive wise counsel from my kids? The answer is yes. Is it wise? Then I should receive it. It would be in my best interest to listen if it's wise. You can teach this to your kids, talk about it. Even a younger sibling can offer wise counsel. I like to teach siblings this rule that we should accept and receive wise counsel from anywhere. One caveat though, just to help with the whole siblings, I teach that you can give your sibling wise counsel one time and then you walk away. You don't, because I've been there. You don't want to be like, Mom said this is against the rule. I'm going to tell on you. You're not allowed to jump on the couch. You shouldn't jump on the couch. Yeah. True story in my house. One of my kids offered wise counsel to another one saying you should not jump on the couch. The second son did not listen, and our couch, one of the seats of our couch is broken. The springs is broken because he kept jumping on the couch, right? He should have received wise counsel from a younger sibling. So that's rule number 1, or skill number 1. And I have actually a download that you can click on the show notes for this podcast. You can click on the link with the video and get the download for this. It can go on your fridge. It's 5 rules for an awesome life, and it has each of these 5 skills that you can develop in yourself and in your kids. So skill number 1 was receive wise counsel. Skill number 2, say okay to consequences. Oh, what if we just make peace with that? We're going to make mistakes. We're going to. Whether by accident or on purpose, there will be consequences. And that is a sign of maturity. When we can take a step towards adulthood and accept the consequences with excellence. Not easy, but really good for us. If we can frame it that way with our kids, saying, hey, this will happen. Not if, but when. And it's how you walk out those consequences that actually shows us if you're maturing and if you can handle more responsibility. So it's not about being perfect, actually. It's about how you manage these skills. Next time you have a consequence for your behavior, you can say, take a deep breath and say, okay. Oh, so hard. How are you at that? So hard. Take a deep breath and say, okay. Not, no fair. He did it first. I'm not gonna. Just say, okay. You will master self-control and you'll show everyone that you're getting more mature. So make sure you click on the download so that you can have this on your fridge. You can teach it to your kids. You can remind yourself on the hard days. Skill number 3, accept a no answer. Oh, I'm not good at this. It's really hard when you ask for something or you believe that something is the right way to go. It's really important to you and you are told no. Now, our kids hear no all the time. So it's something we definitely want to work on with them. But even as adults, this is something that doesn't go away. We are told no, right? I have an idea for something at work. This is my role in the project. I want to do more. I want to do this thing at home. This is how I want to spend our holidays. This is how I'd like the feeling in my home to be. And I'm told no. This is something we all have to work on. How are you at accepting a no answer? Is this a skill that's underdeveloped in your life? You must be able to honor even when you disagree. Can you handle that well? Do you and your partner fight? And is it ugly fighting? You know what I mean? It's hurtful, mean, ugly fighting. Can you disagree? You have to walk away. Sometimes you just have to drop it and walk away. So teaching kids, when you get a no answer, drop it and walk away respectfully. Yeah, we're not badgering, we're not following them around, but tell me why. I don't understand. We're not looking for loopholes. We're not trying to be a lawyer about it. Can you just say okay and drop it? That's a tough one. Skill number 4 is following instructions. So hard. When you master this skill, you'll get more freedoms and privileges, guaranteed. Isn't that the backwards thing, right? When I'm working with teens, I will teach them these skills. Again, I call them 5 rules for an awesome life. And when I get to this one, I say, look, when you are given an instruction, especially if it's something you don't want to do, if you can do it honoring your parents, if you can honor your authority, your boss, your teacher, your coach, they see that. They see that you don't agree or you don't want to do it, and you do it anyway, and you do it respectfully. And I promise you, I guarantee this will help you get more of what you want, right? If you saw your kids following instructions well, even when it was inconvenient, even when you know they didn't really want to do it, wouldn't you want to give them more freedoms, more privileges? Absolutely. You would be thinking, they're more mature. I can trust them to do the right thing even when it's hard. I can give them more. Yeah, it's like a light bulb goes off for the teens when I can just say it as is. And not just teens. We can do this with 9-year-olds. We can do this with 10, 11-year-olds. We can teach them these 5 rules for an awesome life and just say, hey, this is like the secret rules for success. And if you can master this, you will have the keys to the kingdom. You will be able to do all the things you want to do. Yes. So if you can finish the whole task and report back afterwards, if you can say, hey, Mom, you know what? I did that thing. You asked me to take the garbage out. I did it. Hey, you wanted me to clean my room, Dad. It's done. Oh, so good. So that's something you can work on. That might be an underdeveloped skill in your kid's life. And then the last one, rule number 5, or skill number 5, is disagree appropriately. No, that's the key word here. Your kids likely know how to disagree, but can they do it appropriately? What if we teach our kids the right way to do it? I think oftentimes in parenting, we just don't want our kids to disagree at all. But is that fair? I don't think that's wise. We want our kids to grow up and we want them to be able to navigate life. And that is going to mean standing up, perhaps sometimes. That is going to mean disagreeing with the people around them. We don't want blind followers. Of course we don't, but we have to teach them how to do it well, how to disagree well. So this is a skill. I call it disagree appropriately. And basically what you're going to do is teach your kids to say, can I disagree? Can I disagree? And that's code. I don't want them to say, I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I hate that idea. That sucks. You're wrong. I want it to be those specific words. Can I disagree? Because that's going to be code for you, for in your brain. When you hear those words, can I disagree? That means you have to stop what you're doing. You have to turn your eyes and give your kid full attention. And your brain has to say, okay, they are disagreeing appropriately. They're being respectful. I need to honor that and give it that time. If they're just stomping around saying, this sucks, I hate that, it's not going to work, because you're never going to actually give yourself that pause to say, oh yeah, they're disagreeing. They're doing it the right way. I need to stop, honor them, give them attention. They're going to say, can I disagree? You're going to give them attention. You're going to give them your eyes. You're going to put your phone down. You're going to look at them and say, tell me more. That's all you have to say. Tell me why. Tell me more. And what I would love your child to do, and you can teach them this, is to repeat back. Say, I understand you want me to clean my room today. I understand you want me to put my phone away. I understand you want me to stay home this weekend. I understand you want me to clean my room. I understand you want me to turn the TV off. But I'd like to disagree because, And this is when they give new information. So a real life story in my case was one of my kids said, I understand you want me to turn screens off for today, but I'd like to disagree because I'm going to be gone all weekend. I'm going camping. I won't have any screens. So I'd like to have a little bit more today. So notice that they repeat the instruction that you gave them. I understand you said this, but, and then they offer the new thing, right? They offer, but you know what? I haven't spent a lot of time on my phone. So I'd like to have more time. I understand you want me to clean my room right now, but my friend's outside and it's really nice out and I want to go play soccer. Can I do it tomorrow? What I love about this is that I understand you want me to acknowledges the instruction. So they heard you, they understand. And what the other reason I love it is because they are giving a different solution. They're not just saying it sucks. I hate it. I don't wanna. They're saying, I understand this is what you want, but this is what I'd like to offer instead. They're giving you an alternative. And I think that's fantastic. Now, this is an adult skill. In fact, all of these are adult skills, but in particular, this one, could you say that to a boss? Hey, boss, can I disagree? I understand you want to do it this way, but what if we did it this way? I think this could work better. Absolutely. Could they disagree appropriately with a teacher or a coach? Hey, coach, can I disagree? I understand you want us to do this training video, but I found this one and I think it actually works better for me. Can I do this one instead? Notice how respectful that is. You're going to get better results when you teach your kids this. The key is that it has to work. It has to work sometimes. So this is the key. You have to be able, when they say, can I disagree? You have to stop what you're doing. You have to give them your full attention and say, tell me more or tell me why. And then they're going to repeat back, I understand you want me to do this, but this is what I suggest as an alternative. And then I want you to do something. I want you to ask yourself, can I say yes to this? Notice that's different from, should I let it go? Should I ignore it? I'm mad at him. Whatever that, none of that. Just ask yourself this question. Can I say yes to this? Because if you can, then why not? Why not reward the character for developing this skill? Why not? I had this, my kid came to me and said, I understand you want us to turn the screens off for today, but I'm going to be gone all weekend. So can I have some more time today? And I didn't want to do it. I wanted him to go outside. I wanted to do something else. I didn't want him to spend any more time on screens. But I asked myself the question, can I say yes to this? And I looked at him and I said, you know what? I don't want to say yes to this, but I'm going to. And I'm only saying yes because you disagreed so respectfully. Well done. High five. Go have some more time. This works. 100%. This was amazing. This is an adult skill. So again, if you haven't already, click the download, get this freebie. You can keep it on your fridge. You can remind yourself to talk about it with your kids. 5 rules for an awesome life when you're talking with the kids. But between you and me, these are 5 skills that need to be developed, because underdeveloped skills mean more negative feelings, which mean more negative behaviors. Yes, you can absolutely work on this. So I'd love to know which of these 5 rules of life, which of these 5 skills, I'll read them off to you. Receive wise counsel, say okay to consequences, accept a no answer, follow instructions, or disagree appropriately. Which of these 5 is easiest for you, and which of them is hardest for you? I think I'm good at disagreeing appropriately. I feel like I need to check with Sean, my husband, on that. The hardest for me would be accepting a no answer. I think it's really hard for me to accept a no answer, especially if I don't feel heard. If I feel like my idea, my thought wasn't fully heard, if people were distracted or they only listened to the first part and then they just say, nope, nope, no, I don't like it. We're not doing that. That's really hard for me because inside me, I feel like, but you didn't hear it all. Maybe if you heard it all, then you probably say yes. Like if you didn't even hear me. So to me, it feels dismissive and it feels rude and it feels like I don't matter and I feel rejected then. Notice the feeling, that negative feeling. I hate that feeling of rejection. And so then there's an underdeveloped skill there, and it can come out like me pushing back, defending. I can keep going. I won't let it go. Anyway, this is some of my own stuff, but what is it for you? What is of those 5, which one is easiest for you and which one is hardest? We all are on a journey and none of us have arrived. We all have work to do. So have some grace for yourself. Have some grace for your kids. I hope that this can shift how you think about your kids and their negative behaviors. Remember, all behavior is communication, all of it. Every behavior is attached to a feeling, and every negative feeling is attached to an underdeveloped skill. And so it's not a crisis. We haven't failed our kids. They're not terrible human beings. They're not sociopaths. It just means they have something to work on. And so do we. So I hope this was helpful. Leave me some comments. I'd love to know which of these 5 spoke to you the most. Start talking about it with your kids. Download it so that you can have a copy for yourself. And we'll chat soon.